over 120 pounds. And since then, I've been able to keep it off for the past 10 years. And now I'm just stretching in the morning, just wanting to share some insights and thoughts on the day. And if you want to get up and move around from maybe your office job, or maybe you're not working right now, or just trying to figure life out, that's all good. I'm happy to have you along for the journey here. Just checking my audio, make sure everything is good. And away we will go. I don't know if the audio is coming through. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there you go. Audio's coming pumping through nicely. All right. So here we are. We're just going to go side to side. Just open up the neck here. Just make sure that everything is nice and mobile. Again, we're doing dynamic stretches because we want to be able to loosen up and open up our body to the best of our ability for the day. I usually like to do my workouts in the mid-afternoon, but I want to stay flexible, stay mobile. This morning we had a busy morning, so got 2 kiddos, another one on the way. So just trying to stay flexible. When I was younger, I was always trying to go for strength, and now I'm going for flexibility. Back then I was doing strength and flexibility, and now I'm doing flexibility and then strength. And just going for longevity now. As you get older, I'm in my 40s now. You want to just try to maintain healthy posture. If you have any comments or questions, just let me know and I can try my best to answer them about my fitness journey, losing the 120 pounds, about 50 kgs, and just all the different tips and tricks. I've got over 250 videos on fitness and health, and now I've moved into more the mental and spiritual as I've done life coaching for the past 20 years. That's kind of my morning spiel. We're just doing our elbows back here. You can tell the snow is still fighting its way through, still wants to stay. But, over time, I hope we'll be able to get rid of all this white stuff. All right, so we're just rotating side to side. And I found these stretches to be super helpful over the past 10 years that I was doing them in the office. And then 10 years before that, I was doing them, at community centers and for different people, for the youth that I used to coach and kids. We never had an injury on my watch. So that's been a blessing. Over all those years, 20 years, never had one injury, even after we went into playing games, house league, or up in scale. So always good to have a good dynamic stretching regimen. We're just gonna do our heels up to our hands because you want to basically just warm the body up. I find static stretching to be really good after you've cooled down. Now, of course, if you're a professional athlete, you're probably gonna do both beforehand. But the key is just knowing your body and knowing, what is best for your body. Now we're going to be doing some front swimming here. And just this time, getting the whole body involved. I like to do full body stretches when possible. Full body movements help to just open everything up that much easier, to make you a bit more fluid. All right, so and if anyone has any comments or questions, please let me know. I will be happy to answer them to the best of my ability here. I'm going to do again some rotations. Always good to open up the, I guess you could call it the spinal channel. Open up just the mid-range of your body, the waist area. All right, now we're just going to shake it out. This is really good for the nervous system, really good just for everything up and down the spine. There's the abdominal core area here is very interesting. There, aside from the front abdominal muscles, there aren't a lot of muscles. There are a lot of tendons, ligaments. There are a lot of there's bones. Hey, how are you, R9? And so those ligaments and those bones, because the core is so open and fragile, you have all these amazing muscles in your legs and in your arms. It is a very vulnerable place. Let's see, how are you? Astanawa, nice to meet you. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing the name correctly. So basically, what you want to do is you want to engage your core a lot of the time, and you do that by just getting in a little bit of air into your stomach, into your tummy area, into your lungs, And then you want to just hold that air there while you're doing a lot of your exercise. Not much, because then I can still do breathing, shallow breathing. But I want to be able to keep the core engaged while keeping like kind of like a balloon. Obviously, a balloon without any air in it is just this saggy little bag. But when you got air in it, it has a lot of power and strength. I love your stream. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. Used to be, as I've said many times before, I used to be over 120 pounds heavier. I used to be over 300 pounds, about 100 and 140 kg. Gone down to about 85 kgs. Now I'm closer to 90, 95. Gained some muscle since then, but I've been able to keep the weight off for over 10 years now. All right, so we're just gonna move back and forth. And if you like, please like and subscribe. I try to stretch every day between the hours of 9 and 11. Then I do a workout a couple times a week just to engage with y'all and do this. I'm doing it for me, so I might as well enjoy and have some fun as well. What was you talking about? Okay, oh, wonderful. Yeah, so I was just talking about the way to protect your core. So the key is when protecting your core is to just take in a little bit of air, hold on to that air whenever you're doing a motion and anything. If you're lifting up a box or you're stretching right now, flexing your abdominals like you're going to tuck in your pants, and just keeping your core tight throughout the day. And definitely when you're doing workouts, it's hard to remember to do it throughout the day, but when you're doing it throughout your workouts, it really helps out. Especially now that I'm in my 40s, I got 3 kiddos, a wifey, I got a job, I'm doing YouTube. You want to stay as healthy as possible. So really hinging on flexibility and core strength over what I used to do, which was, the big three and, a lot of time in the gym and playing a lot more sports, which I love to do. But, you got to play within your limits, right? As much as even a guy like LeBron James is still killing it in his 40s, which is mesmerizing. He's a year older than me. It's just mesmerizing to see. At the same time, you have to respect that your body is just not going to work the way it used to, but you can still do a lot more than what has been traditionally thought in the different age groups. So yeah, just keeping that little pocket of air in there whenever you can, and just tightening up the abs throughout the day, especially when we're doing something like this, is very helpful. All right, so now we've kind of warmed up the body. Now we're going to do some face pulls. I basically do the same type stretches every day, nothing new unless someone on the chat has a problem they'd like me to look at or deal with, or some stretches. Again, this is just me doing my stretches in the morning. If you have an idea or thought or question, I'm more than happy to try to engage. And if not, we can look up the answer together. So these are face pulls. And what I'm doing is I'm just ripping back, just pulling my thumbs through and past my ears. And what this is going to do is really engage my scapulus and help my posture. Now we're down to the chest area. We're pulling through the chest, and it's like you're kind of trying to squeeze your elbows together. And then I'm just going to bend over at around, let's say, about a 35, 45 degree angle. And I'm just, with a straight back, just pulling through. So I'm trying to squeeze again my elbows to the back, and I want to pull them along my rib cage, just for that nice building of strength and getting the body to recognize the different muscles. All right, so now we're gonna pretend like we're doing a full body press up, coming back down, get a little bit of knee activation going on in there. And so, for me, I do this with either 30, 40, or even 50-pound dumbbells normally. But at this stage, when you're warming up for the day, you just want to be able to practice that movement. Like when I go to pick up my daughters and I throw them into the air, it's a motion that you really got to think about in the now, so your stabilizer muscles are ready to go in the moment, right? Especially when they're screaming, "Dad, Dad, throw me now." Or say you have to pick up that sack of potatoes, or you have to move that box, or whatever it might be. You just have to be ever ready. So that's why we're on here doing the stretches. If anyone has any comments or questions, or if you like what's going on, like and subscribe. That would be amazing as well. So now with our thumbs out, pointed out, we're just going to be moving back side to side, helping again to open up the channel in your back here. All right, very good. Now we're gonna move to the chicken wing. I love to always keep bouncing too. It just kind of opens everything up a little bit more. Okay, now we're doing the chicken fly. Chicken fly. And then we're gonna do the chicken crush. And now the chicken jump. I do this with my girls sometimes in the morning, so kind of come up with some hopefully cute names for them. Okay, so just some cross bodies now that everything's open. You might get a nice crack in your back while doing this. Just cross body, so elbow to knee, the opposite elbow to the knee, and that should help that out a lot. Get your body moving. All right, if you have a firm wall, just try to get to something that's pretty firm here. And all I'm going to be doing is just gently kicking back and forth, helping make sure I don't whack anything. I'm about 6'3", 192, 193 centimeters. So kicking things is something that I sadly do often without my knowledge. So trying to be aware of my body presence, which I always think I have, but sometimes I really don't. All right, so just making sure that it's the inside leg. So the outside leg is planted, the wall is my stability here, and then my inside leg is free to roam and free to open up properly. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do some gentle lunges. We're working into the bottom half of our body now. Just go as far as you can. If you can only go to here, that's fine. If you can go down, that's great. If you can touch off the ground gently, that's fantastic. But again, it's whatever your range of motion is, that's all that matters. So we're just going to bounce back and forth, nice and gently. Heel out, down to your toe. And again, this is to help strengthen the lower body, especially the hammies. The hammies and the quads are doing a lot of work here, and on the up, your glutes have to pull back up. So this is great. You know, if you add some weights to this, this is great. You know, if you probably had like some 20, 30, 40 pound weights, or even if you want to start off with some water bottles, you're more than welcome to do that. I just put my knee on my, my hands on my knee, just for a little bit more stability right now, because when you do have the weights, it's funny enough, you actually stabilize more, I find. But since I don't, I kind of wibble wobble a bit too much. All right, so shaking it out once again. It's fun, fantastic work. Now, depending on where you are in the world, I just got this bed in front of me here. I'm just gonna straighten my legs the best I can. Just gonna pop down into it, and then I'm just gonna move up. If you have a wall, that's great too. So I can show you on the wall here. Just pop down, straight legs 5 times, then pop back up 5 times. If you got a corner like I do here, same idea. Little wider stance to help you stabilize. Popping back up again here as well. All right, again, if you have a wall, which is great, you want to brace yourself against that wall, tummy tuck, and then you're just going to try to keep your wrists and your elbows along the wall. Wrists and elbows along the wall. That will help with your posture in particular. Now the knees over toes guy, if you've never seen him before, make sure this mat's good. Yeah, this mat's great. Basically what he does is he talks a lot about helping to reverse the knee damage, walking backwards, just doing exercises on your staircase. And one of the great ones I found, one of the preliminary ones, is just having your your back against the wall, and all you're doing is you're popping your toes up to the air. You're on a bit of an angle, and I felt that my knees have, over the past year and a half of doing this, have performed so much better under stress. Just gonna check a comment here. Whoa, Steven, what did I just turn on here? Some hip thrusts. Sorry, Chitty, my bad. Usually I'm doing videos talking about fatherhood and faith and stuff like that. But yeah, now I'm incorporating the fitness stuff, which I used to do. Thanks for the comment and the question there. Building your ankle strength is important. Actually, fantastic. So if you want to build your ankle strength while you're brushing your teeth, this is something you can do, which is so easy, especially while brushing your teeth, because you're not doing anything else. It's just walking on the outsides of your ankles. I had horrible ankles for a long time. And so what ended up happening was I was watching a baseball telecast, and they had this gentleman named Yunel Escobar, and he had horrible ankles, and his trainer told him to start walking on his ankles, walk outside, walk inside. And what this did was it allowed for the tendons on the outside of the foot to be able to strengthen over time. So I just do it whenever I'm brushing my teeth. Chitty, that is fantastic. I'm actually going to incorporate it every day in the stretching. Thank you so much. Some of you are new to the channel. I used to be over 300 pounds, 140 kgs. I was able to lose about 50 kgs, about 120 pounds, and stayed a healthy weight over the past, I'd say, 10 plus years. Been doing these types of stretches for about 25 years and really taking my health in my 40s to hopefully a slowed down, more flexible, but a higher intensity than I've ever done before. All right, so here we're doing the full body squats, just making sure that we get our body moving as best as possible. Thanks for sharing your ankle stretching techniques. Oh, no problem. Thanks for watching. Appreciate that. All right, so like we were talking about earlier with engaging the core, on this exercise in particular, and these next two, you want to engage that core. Little air in the pocket here, little tummy tuck. I'll be following along. Wonderful. So just here we go. Try to do this every day between the hours of 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. or so. A little late today. And then I do a workout 1 to 3 times per week, either with a couple hand weights, or I'll be doing it with my bands or some body weight exercises. Won't be doing that today. Faltered on it this week because we were sick, the girls were sick, everybody was sick. So I'll be getting back to that. And one of the keys the two keys that I really wish I had knew in my 20s and 30s was to have way more protein, different sources of protein as well, but way more protein, and to rest more. I got into the workout culture without realizing needing more of the protein. And all right, so sorry, I'll stop for a sec. Tuck in your tummy here, and then you're going to be going down 5 times. Hamstrings nice and straight, gentle, gentle, and then back up, swinging forward. And so I wouldn't rest properly because, you know, a lot of these guys, these fitness people that were talking, they were on TRT and different forms of steroids, taking creatine, and creatine's pretty good, but when you're creatine loading, you get an extra kick. You know, taking caffeine tablets. Oh, let's see if I can do this wider one. Hopefully I have enough grip. I don't do the splits on TV here. And so I wish I had known to rest more and eat more protein, and more fiber. I think those would be the 3 big ones, because your body doesn't need that much of a workout to really keep you healthy. It's more so, are you getting satiated with your higher fiber, higher protein, and are you resting well so the muscles actually work the way they're supposed to? If anyone has any issues with their body they'd like me to work on or stretch, I'd love to do it right now in the chat. Again, I'm on all the time. Yesterday, if anyone wants to check out my just doing gentle movements now to cool down here, we're almost finished. If anyone wants to check out my stream yesterday, I try to stream every evening around 10 or 11 as well. I'm doing dad doing dishes, and because I have to do the dishes anyways, might as well have you along for the ride. And yesterday was about gratitude, the attitude of gratitude, because a lot of us, I think, get lost and get put ourselves in a state of depression and hurt, and it's a very, very tough place to be. You don't want to sit in that for too long. If anyone is struggling with depression or hurts and pains, I've gone through a lot in my life, broken many different addictions, and I've life coached and counseled hundreds of people over the past 20 years. So if you want to check out those videos, or you have a question or something along those lines, please let me know. I'd love to chat for sure. Love to chat for sure. Thank you for those of you who've stayed here the whole time. If you would like to like and subscribe, that would be super wonderful as well. We're just coming to the ending here. I see no one has actually asked for a specific stretch or a problem with their body they'd like me to deal with. I'm just gonna do a little shimmy, shimmy, little shimmy, shimmy. And we'll do the twist. I'll do the twist. Really get those muscles nice and loose here. There you go. Okay, we're just gonna finish off with some scoops here. So our thumbs are out, scooping back, And like I said, every day is pretty much the same stretching. The workouts will be a little bit different, but the stretching will stay very similar, very much the same. Nice deep breathing to finish it off. So, try your best today, if possible, to stay thankful, to push down the evil inside of our lives, which will, try to attack us from the spiritual realm or the people around us in the physical realm, and even the mental stuff that has inhibited us from being the best versions of ourselves. If you'd like to watch, thank you for being here with me. I'm going to go down here so I can get the video in here. If you'd like to watch more of these workouts, take a look at the playlist up here. If you'd like to subscribe, it's probably somewhere around here. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day, evening, morning, or night. God bless.